Hola, mathematicians. Let's get into today's lesson, which is more of the same. 8.7c, the rating is standard. We're going to use a formula to find missing side lengths or to prove that the triangle is a right triangle. But today it's really just finding missing side lengths. So go ahead and flip to page 5 in our notes to go through some examples. Alrighty. Example 1. A 14-foot ladder is leaning against a building as shown. It touches a point 11 feet up the building. How far away from the base of the building does the ladder stand? Now, this beautiful thing came with an illustration. Most word problems, as you guys know on the STAR and on tests and just word problems in general, don't necessarily come with pictures. And I love that this one did because we're starting out with this. So first thing I'm going to do is identify my sides. So I found my right angle. I know across from that is going to be my hypotenuse, so that's going to be side length C. Now from there, it doesn't really matter what I label A and B. So I just chose the shortest side as A, and then the 11 feet is B. From here, I'm going to put it into my formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Well, I don't know what A is, so that's just going to stay A squared. I do know what B is. It's 11 squared. Should equal 14 squared. Well, A squared is still going to be A squared because I don't know what it is. 11 squared I know to be 121. And 14 squared I know to be 196. Okay, since I'm looking for a leg and I'm not looking for the hypotenuse, I'm going to subtract. And this is just algebra, guys. I'm trying to isolate A squared, which means it's currently being added by 121, so I'm going to subtract 121 from both sides using inverse operations. So now I have A squared, and then 196 minus 121 is 75. Then I need to take the square root of both sides to use the inverse operation. And 75, square root of 75 comes out to approximately 8.7. That's it. Cool. I would love it if you guys used number 1 to help you solve number 3. So go ahead and try number 3 on your own right now. Then I'll go through and solve it so you guys can check your work with mine. All right, hopefully you guys were able to get 9 as your answer. You are supposed to follow the exact same steps I did for number 1, which makes it easy. If not, compare your work to mine to see where did you go wrong. Did you add and not subtract? Did you mislabel your sides, etc. All right, let's get into numbers 2 and 4. Same thing, I am going to do number 2. I would like you guys to try it, your knowledge and understanding with number 4. So this gangway connects a dock to a ship. How long is the gangway? So first things first, identify your right angle, found it. Draw an arrow across to identify what our hypotenuse is. And again, I'm just gonna make my shorter side A and my longer side B. And by that I mean my shorter leg A and my longer leg B. And now putting it all together into our formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Since I am looking for the hypotenuse, I know I'm going to add and then find the square root. So A squared is 16 squared, B squared is 63 squared, and C squared is C squared, because I don't know what C is. 16 squared is 256. 63 squared is a big number, 3,969. And C squared, I don't know. All right, but I am going to add these two numbers together. 3,969 plus 256 equals 4,225. And then find the square root of both sides. And you should get 65 equals C, my hypotenuse. Perfect. Go ahead and try that knowledge. You're following the exact same steps with number 4. Cool. Hopefully you guys got it. If not, please check your work with mine to identify where you went wrong, because we need to learn from our mistakes. All right, let's do this last example together. Number 5, using our graphic organizer. So, number 5, 2 motorcycles start at the same point. One motorcycle travels 15 kilometers due north. So 2 motorcycles are starting at the same point. One goes north 15 and then stops. The second motorcycle goes west. Oh, that's backwards, because we know our compasses never eat slimy worms. So he's going this way, 32 kilometers, which shows that here is my right angle, and then stops. What value is closest to the distance between the 2 motorcyclists? So, let's go through this. Here's my right angle, which means I know across from here is C. I wrote the 15 in the wrong spot because the 15 should go over here. And then I know B is going to be 32. And I'm looking for C. So here's my graphic organizer. I know A is 15. B is 32. C, I don't know yet. I know 15 squared is 225. 32 squared is a big number, 1,024. Then I'm going to add those 2 guys together to get 1,249. Then I'm going to find the square root of 1,249 using my calculator to get approximately 35.3. So the distance between the 2 motorcycles is 35.3 kilometers. Cool, that wasn't so bad. I feel like that was actually pretty easy. Kind of thought it was going to be a little bit more complicated than that. But that's okay. All right, that's it. If you have any questions, please ask for help. That's literally our job.